My mother always used to say, don't ever understand what people think of you. Don't ever overestimate it, and don't ever underestimate it. I remember one time we were driving in a car. I was in a production of The Fall out in Rahway, New Jersey. And we were driving in the car, and we had some fights about my flamboyant nature up to that point. We're driving down from my apartment with my father in the car. My father would come out 3 years later, perhaps I was fighting us about. And I'm trying to explain to her this is the first time she's ever going to see me in drag, and it's going to be a little shocking, it's going to be a little hard for her. And she turned around and looked at me from the front seat of the car with the don't you see come back there look and said, who the hell do you think put the first wig on your head? I knew from then. Anything I wanted to do, Mom, it's here. I'm standing in front of them. I'm talking to them. This is all about 3 things for me. Community, camp, and collaboration. I'm going to talk about community in a few minutes, but I want to talk about camp. Just because, we talk about fun all the time. We put the fun in fundraising. We have a lot of fun. I intend to do that with a sense of camp. I intend to do that with a sense of style that just goes that little bit extra when that hair is just maybe an inch or 2 higher. When you don't have the beard, dress up as a waitress at a ball and serve shots. When you can show up as the lion from The Wizard of Oz and be part of a party. When you're not afraid to get cute and clever, but just have fun and try to make people smile. That's what I want to see from all of us. We take it to the point of being gracious and glamorous, and then we take it just a little further. Just a little edgy. Collaboration. I was a theater major in college, and something that they said to me was that theater was a communicative, collaborative, and cooperative art. Everything we do is theater. Everything we do needs to be communicative, cooperative, and collaborative. Whether it's between ourselves as members, whether it's between us and other organizations, whether it's one-on-one, we need to work together more. We need to take care of each other better. And we can do that. That production of La Page back in '97, was when I first met Pansy. She was coordinating the group sale for the Imperial Court. I was the director of marketing for the theater. Like I was Tom Hansen, we were talking Tom and Michael later. It didn't take too long. Although I knew Tom for months and months and months at the holiday party during Giannis, and I said, who's that over there? And so he said, Hansen. First time I'd ever seen Hansen. But after, Victoria West, who would later become Empress, was the star of the show. I wanted to be Zaza. I was 23. She was a little older. She got to be Zaza. But I spent a lot of time talking to her. She showed me tricks and taught me tips. And invited me out to do a show with her on Fire Island that summer. This is where I met Diva, who was my roommate that weekend, and Jacqueline Jonet, who was in that show, and Rose Levine, who was in that show. And I went after a 23-year-old kid, and I belted the hell out of, and I am telling you I'm not going. And I belted the hell out of Barbara Streisand's arrangement of Pretty Women in the Ladies Who Lunch. And I shouldn't have done either. No, I was a 23-year-old white boy. What the hell was I doing singing? And I'm telling you I'm not going. But they took me aside. Victoria and Diva and Jacqueline and Rose and helped me. And helped me figure out what was perhaps ready for those songs to wait for another time. Or never. Driving home, I was listening to the radio, and Rosemary Clooney was doing a whole big set. I was like, you know what? The next year I'm going to do Rosemary Clooney numbers, and I did. But it's because I had the sense of family around me, that I had those wonderful, strong men who could say to me, you're not quite doing it right, but you could. Here's what you need to do better. So I did that. Mentoring is so important. Gracie had it exactly right, We need to mentor. There are so many young people. You're going to meet some of them in a few minutes. That we just need to keep passing it down. We need to look to those who come before, take what we can from them, share with them what we've got, and pass it on. We need to strengthen our community. If you've been on my website, or you will go on my website, you know how much outreach I do. We've got letters of support there from Friends House, from Life Beat. We've got it from the Leather community, from the Bear community, from men, women, people of color. I reach out and build it, and I think we need to do more of that. We used to have a great relationship with the New York City Gay Men's Chorus. We started to rebuild it. I think we need to go further. There are other organizations like that we need to really reach out and say, we're still here, we're still part of you, we're all vibrant together, and this city needs a better gay community. And we need to be part of leading that charge because that's what we do. And we need to take the time and show the spotlight of the monarchy, use the spotlight of the monarchy to bring the attention to small organizations that we don't know about. As one example, I'm the director of development at Iris House, which works with women living with HIV up in Harlem. Until I applied for that job, despite 15 years of doing HIV fundraising in the city, I've never heard of them. How many organizations are out there that we don't know because they're not in front of us? We can help them. There are a couple things I want to do, and I'll make this quick because I hear Gary talking. We talked about having Swag University, weekend workshops where we teach people to do hair, makeup, how to perform. We've talked about it for years. It's time to make it happen. It's time to open it to the community and be that service that we can provide. I want to do meet and greets, where we call the staff of these nonprofits that we benefit and say, let's just go to Stonewall for happy hour. You can talk to us and we can talk to you, and we can all figure out what each other does and what each other needs more. I want to get back to North Jersey. You know, it's been a while. Friends for Life is out there. Gag Excellence in Morris County is out there. It's been a while since I've been back to North Jersey. We need to go there. A lot of us are from there, and we need to bring that back up. Long Island. Let's get back to Long Island. We have people from all over this metro area that we need to reach. I want to go on a high-drag picnic to Governor's Island, and I want you to come. Run the little white form to the conjurer. Oh my God! Let's go to Governor's Island. A friend of mine the other day has a 4-year-old that keeps telling me, my 4-year-old Michaela loves looking at your pictures online. Is there a drag show I can bring her to? And I'm like, no. They're in bars, or you never know if it's going to get too salty. She's like, well, why don't you have a luncheon for society women who want their daughters to meet princes and princesses? And we can take pictures and donate the money to charity. Or go down to AIDS hospitals for kids pediatric AIDS wards, and just bring the kids some joy. And I went, wow. That's an interesting, fascinating idea. Why don't we bring more straight ladies for lunch into the circle? And that's what we do, so that we can then sing pretty good to the ladies for lunch and no more. But, you know, I look at it all of you. And again, you're your family. You know, you are my family. Every year, 9,000 guys, I'm like, who can I invite? Who can I invite? Who would I want to be there? And everybody I want to be there is already in the room. It's not quite true, but it really is in a way. And I've spent a lot of time this year working and building family. Last year, this time I had no children. Now I have 4. I don't know where they come from. Kitty and Vivian and Victoria and Nathan. They're wonderful kids. And there's actually a whole crop of people I want to introduce you to. There's the boys from Delta Lambda Phi, from New York University, the gay service fraternity. They're witty boys. And they're here because my family bakes cookies for my family. Boys!